Hello guys, the following video was shared by a young man who stated that there have been reports of odd shadow sightings by several of his family members. Sometimes they see somebody standing in the corner of their house when nobody else should be in that room. There also have been reported bangs in the middle of the night that freak the family out ever so often. The house itself is built in a relatively rural area. And in another video, the uploader shows the outside of the house. A bricked fence is guarding the premises, so chances for an intruder in the middle of the night are slim, yet of course not impossible. The night in question, the son alerted his mother, because once again, he saw somebody walking around in the morning. Let's see what was going on there.
No, walis ka. Kung saan ka nang galing, bumalik ka doon. Hindi ka namin kailangan dito.
Ayan o. Oh. Oh,
Umalis
bumilis!
ka.
Alis!
Kung sino ka man, umalis ka.
Bumilis, Mami, bumilis. Magtawag ka nga ng guard. Ayan mo. Mami, guard. Hindi mo memorize.
One of the commentators states, if you look closely at the bottom of the shadow, you can literally see that it extends past the bottom of the window frame. So it's somebody walking in the house, not somebody walking outside. Could that be so? What exactly was walking, either outside or inside of the house? The shape itself looks really inhumane, really thin and wispy, wouldn't you agree? Maybe it was just a person walking around after all. It's impossible to say, but it definitely leaves one wondering. Now we want to analyze a video that was recorded by Juan Lastra, a truck driver from Argentina that was on a nightly trip with his rig to deliver some merchandise. Juan has mounted a dashcam to the window of his truck for security purposes, a common sight nowadays. After all, you never know if you might be involved in an accident or other incident that requires you to have some evidence on hand. The following night, this camera captured a really interesting incident, to say the least. He was on a regular route, and nothing strange had transpired during any of his prior nightly road trips. However, this was about to change. At the time of this recording, Juan noticed something on the road, but didn't really know what was going on. He decided to check the recording out after he had arrived home the following night. And then he saw this. A black object is running across the road. It certainly does not look like an animal. And it just passes milliseconds before the truck would hit it. So what could this mysterious shape be? Juan states that he doesn't believe it to be a bug on the windshield, for example. After all, he can see a shadow on the road that was cast through the headlights. So, is it a paranormal entity? Hard to say, since it is said that they don't cast shadows. What's our explanation here, guys? Another mysterious video, that's for sure. Next has been uploaded by Tarin Dauphin, and she shared the following due to her rising concerns. Tarin states, "This thing has been making contact of some sort with two of my kids. It started out talking to the 2-year-old, and it keeps her up every night. She's usually laughing and talking with it. But one night we heard her telling it no and to go away, but it never went away. My son thought he heard me in the room talking to her, but I wasn't there. We were told to burn nettle salt and Palo Santo, so we did. But it kept going out and wouldn't stay lit. Every time we tried to light it, a song would come on by itself on the radio. It would play for 5 seconds and then turn off, and it kept doing that. It would stop until we tried to burn that stuff again. The song is silly, but it is All American Rejects, Move Along and Leave Me Alone. Those songs are not even on our playlist. Every night I see a ton of orbs. I counted over 25 in a 6 minutes time frame, and it looks like the 2-year-old can see the orbs as well, and she watches them fly by around the room. Do any of you have any advice for us? Let's take a look at Tarin's capture. A humanoid shape can be seen, standing next to the 2 crypts. The head is looking upwards, and that thing seems to be in mid-walk, crouched forward a bit. A Class A capture of this apparition for sure. Should this be a real image? What can you see here? If this isn't a hoax, of course, a person in some form of onesie. Could it be paranormal anomaly that likes to talk to the little children? I wonder if this thing is attached to anybody living in this house, or what caused this activity to unfold in the first place. The following videos were recorded by a user named DJ Kuna. On his account, he oftentimes shares comedic skits and stories. He also goes into personal anecdotes that he shares with the world. And it wouldn't appear that Kuna is doing these videos for any kind of recognition, or fame for that matter. In his latest videos, he shares renovation projects which he currently is working on. He gets hired for all kinds of jobs that revolve around fixing houses and such. On one of his latest gigs, he noticed that something was not quite right. He was renovating the house of a family in the US, and after a couple of days at the job, he had to document the events. He didn't tell anybody about it until he finally had proof that he could share. So, let's hear what he had to tell us.
Pues siempre pasa cuando estoy aquí solo, estoy solo en esta casa. Completamente solo, siempre que estoy solo, hay algo raro en este pasillo. Yo no lo entiendo, se lo he dicho a muchas personas y no lo entiendo y decidí grabar un TikTok. Cuando yo trabajo en esta área de acá, siempre que trabajo se escuchan pasos. Entonces, cuando me meto acá, se escucha que alguien camina arriba. Y está pasando aquí arribita. Está pasando arribita. Y no hay nada.
Isn't that really strange? This video got lots of attention. So in a follow-up, he shows his viewers some of the hidden rooms upstairs. Rooms that were hidden away, and which he finds unusual.
Acá hay una puerta que lleva... Uy, güey, no abre. Ahí está. A una máquina, un calentón. Y aquí hay otra puerta chiquitita que da a un ático escondido. Sigo grabando para que vea la gente. Este es como que un cuarto escondido. No hay nada acá. No hay nada. Y acá hay un pasillo.
So, in the end, what do you think happened here? Is this house haunted?
Y está pasando aquí arribita. Está pasando arribita. Y no hay nada.
Another mysterious encounter in my book. The following is a recording that was uploaded by Criselle Luna on her YouTube channel. She's a self-proclaimed paranormal researcher who is invested in the field of the unexplainable for over 5 years at this point. She's traveling around to explore the craziest corners for any inexplicable activity. In this video though, she was talking about her own apartment, which is said to be haunted. An elderly lady supposedly died in there many years ago. She fell sick to an illness that slowly got the better of her. The lady was found several days after passing away. What a creepy thought, isn't it? Luna is telling us about a recording that she was doing one night after she heard some really strange noises in her apartment. She had just returned home from work at the time, and she started recording shortly after.
Si es el aire, si está abierta la ventana. A ver, vamos a ver. Digo, también aquí, miren, la ventana está cerrada, si la pueden ver. Voy a prender la luz. De hecho, también aquí se escuchan mucho los ruidos de los departamentos contiguos, sobre todo el de arriba. La ventana está cerrada y esto que está pasando no es normal. De verdad me siento muy nerviosa. ¡Efi! Ay, otra vez.
As Chriselle is walking through her apartment and still wonders about the origins of these noises, she also states that she felt cold spots all of a sudden, almost like a little breeze that is making it through her place. Unsettling, you might say. Only moments after, she captures something on her camera that could have been the reason for these unusual happenings. Take a good look now.
Efi, Efi, vámonos. Pero quería compartirlo con ustedes. Después quiero hacer un video para traer uno de los especialistas, alguien que me acompañe para ver qué es lo que hay aquí. Estamos siempre expuestos a cargar con este tipo de energías. Estoy escuchando ruidos ahí atrás.
Did you notice anything?
Efi. Después
It would appear that an apparition is walking out of the room in the back, towards the left side of the apartment. I couldn't come up with any explanation as of what this could be. What do you think? I actually don't believe that this was another person that was hiding in there. Was it a paranormal event? The spirit of the deceased lady, perhaps? Another interesting event happened as Chriselle was recording the intro for this video. There appeared to be a white mist on the right side of the screen. I thought at first it might have been caused by a candle or a humidifier. But Chriselle clarified later that no such thing was the case. So, what was it then? Thank you guys so much for watching.